My name is Eileen Sykes. I'm the chairperson of the Occupational Health Nurses section within the INMO, and we're here today at the annual conference being held in Kilkenny at the Irish Hotel this year. There is a great turnout today. There are some fantastic speakers, and as the days go on, everything has been very well received. I'm also the treasurer on the Federation of Occupational Health Nurses within the European Union, and that position started this year. And there's quite an active group in that as well, and we'll be encouraging participation. We have a wide range of speakers here today. We have speakers from the UK and from Ireland on quite a lot of topics which will be relevant to the problems that are being faced by occupational health nurses all over the country. Topics like dealing with employees in recessionary times and how to keep your employees motivated and how to keep them well, the health and safety legislation, helping the occupational health nurses to cope with the dealing with the employees and how we can help ourselves to deal with these problems, as well as musculoskeletal diseases in an ageing workforce. We have speakers as well on a new system of crediting OH services, which is a new standard being used in the UK, which may be applicable to Ireland and may be used in Ireland in the future. So again, this is something thinking forward and trying to improve the services that we provide. We also have somebody speaking on mental health, which again in the current climate is a very relevant topic, and I know there's quite a lot of interest in that topic as well. We are very lucky to have a lot of sponsors and a lot of exhibitors here on the day, and their importance in promoting themselves, but also our opportunity to see the services that are being provided by these people. And we'd like to thank the sponsors particularly for their support over the years. We've had quite a good support at every conference that we've been meetings in the southern region for the occupational health nurse section, and they're held a few times a year, but we really would be encouraging other groups all over the other parts of the country to become involved in holding regional meetings. They're a great opportunity for education and for meeting other occupational health nurses and discussing issues that come up. We get quite a lot of support from the INMO. Doing the next FONU board meeting in Dublin in the end of May, from the 24th to the 28th of May, and that will be attended by occupational health nurses from all over Europe. And it's a great opportunity again for them to see the occupational health and what the setup we have here, and to meet occupational nurses here as well. We're also, FONU are holding a congress in Tarragona in Spain in 2012, and that will have occupational health speakers and attendees from all over Europe, as well as probably from America and other parts of the world. So that would be obviously a great opportunity again for people to learn and to meet other occupational health nurses.
Morning, Sheila Dixon here, President of the Irish Nurses and Midwives Organisation. I'm here this morning opening the Occupational Health Nurses Conference here in Kilkenny. I have to say I was surprised at the huge turnout, considering how difficult it is for people to get replaced, and that, so it was great to see so many occupational health nurses here in such large numbers. And I have to say the range of speakers probably contributed to that. This is a very active section, and I think along with other sections can learn from this, and I think that there's an awful lot that can be achieved by getting together, not only in networking but listening from other occupations as well. We had a physiotherapist, we had legal opinion, so I think that there's a great range of speakers, and that does help, I think, to get together. There is strength in unity, and even in these difficult and challenging times, we are now facing a new direction with a new government, a new Minister for Health, and I think we have a prime opportunity to actually be involved in the changes that are coming down the line. And I think it's time for nurses and midwives to get up and stand and be counted, and I think you can do that by joining the INMO and by getting involved in your section. And to find out more, you can just contact the office if you're not sure of what section you need to be involved in. I think one of the highlights for me so far has been the huge turnout by our student population as regards to the threat for their fourth year roster placement monies, and I think they have shown really what can be achieved. They came out very vibrant, so I think that the profession is safe in their hands. We have very good calibre, I said, nurses and midwives for the future, and I think now is the time to protect the terms and conditions that we fought so hard for those. And I think that they will be a credit, but we need to make sure that there is jobs for them when they are qualifying, and you can ensure that by getting involved in your union, the union of choice for nurses and midwives in this country. I think one of the highlights of the conference really is that looking at people who are the unsung heroes of the organisation. One of those is Eileen, who happens to be chairperson of the Occupation and Health Nurse section, and she's just been recently appointed as treasurer of the Federation of Occupation and Health Nurses in the European Union. And this is such a great honour for Eileen. It's a 3-year term, and we wish her all the best. And it's only one of those unsung heroes that works very hard in their own time for the organisation and for the betterment of nurses and midwives, particularly occupation and health nurses.